We're not here today to do music criticism. Let's just get that out of the way.
No, not at all.
We are here to talk about civilization. The focus today isn't on an album, really, but on an autopsy. An autopsy of the age of speed.
And the specimen on the table is Rosalía. Specifically, her decision, her instinct to kill her own engine at the absolute peak of acceleration.
It's a fascinating move.
It's the ultimate diagnostic tool. I mean, forget political manifestos, forget academic papers,
Right.
philosophers, economists. They often miss the signals, the really crucial ones about the health of the system, the real truth, the frequency of a civilization. You find it in the gut instinct of high-level pop culture.
So we have to treat these figures,
Yeah.
especially one like her, with that kind of global reach, as, what, biological antennas?
That's exactly it. They're connected directly to the collective unconscious. She's the canary in the digital coal mine.
Okay, that's a powerful metaphor.
Yeah.
But are we giving too much credit here? I mean, how does one artist's personal choice really translate to a universal warning?
Because it's operating without the friction of conscious thought. It's pure survival instinct. Look, while the canary is singing, the miners just keep digging, right? They're totally oblivious to the rising toxicity in the air.
Yeah, they're just focused on the work.
But when that canary stops singing that specific song, when the engine dies and she just stares fixedly at a crack in the wall, that's the signal.
That's the alarm.
The gas has arrived. The air is unbreathable.
And what's that gas? I mean, for the last few years, the entire zeitgeist felt like it was soundtracked by Motomami.
Oh, absolutely.
It was pure, unfiltered accelerationism. It was the roar of trying to outrun debt, outrun digital obsolescence, trying to survive what you could call techno-feudalism.
That feeling that big tech owns all the rails and we're just labor on their digital farms.
Yeah.
It was haste, fragmentation.
Yeah, pure survival at 300 kilometers per hour.
That was the peak of the toxic vibration.
Yeah.
And then silence. The engine just stopped. And that pivot, moving under this new code, LUX, and its prelude omega,
Right.
it's just a monumental act.
It's cultural terrorism in a way.
It is. She abandoned peak material power for this. This unsettling stillness. The rage, the percussion, the haste, it's all gone. And what's left is a terrifying, focused calm.
Which means she smelled the gas before the rest of us did. She felt the systemic sunset.
And that's what we're doing here in the Universio ARK. We're reading the seismograph she left behind.
She understood on a visceral level that running is useless now.
Yeah, exactly. Think back to the Bronze Age collapse.
Yeah.
1177 BC. When massive interconnected systems fail, speed doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
You can't outrun the supply chains breaking down.
You can't outrun the palace burning. The only thing that saves you when the entire structure dissolves is internal clarity. This isn't just a new album. It's a navigation index for what's coming.
Okay, let's unpack that pivot then. The actual transition, the one we see in Omega. The dominant story of the last decade was the warrior, wasn't it?
Oh, completely. Wake up at 5, hustle, crush the competition.
Accelerate your way to success, spiritual material, whatever. And Motomami was the purest expression of that lie.
And that energy, that kind of uncontrolled ambition, it's rooted in the Kabbalistic idea of gevura, severity.
Okay.
It's the ego, just inflated and running on pure gasoline. It's all about conquest, and it's necessary for growth for a time, but when it's unrestrained, it just leads to burnout, to collapse.
So that whole aesthetic, it had to be ritually sacrificed. And in Omega, she does something that just blows up the Western script for success. She chooses to surrender.
Yes.
But I'm still struggling with that word. Surrender, it sounds like weakness. It sounds like defeat.
But it's not. Not here. She surrenders not like a loser, but like a chess master who sees the entire board is on fire.
So the most strategic move is to just stop playing.
Exactly. You acknowledge the new reality. You're not submitting to failure. You're accepting the terms of a new game.
Which brings us to that lyric. It feels so surgical. It defines the whole transmutation. Your eyes shine. There are 2 pistols. I have them nailed into my person as if they were a crown.
The old way, the Gevura way, says, if a threat is aimed at you, you shoot back. You defend the border.
You accelerate.
You accelerate.
Yeah.
The LUX philosophy says, accept the violence, accept the threat. And by integrating it, by placing those pistols on your head, you transmute its energy.
The threat becomes a jewel. The violence becomes a crown, it sounds like. She's using the pain the system inflicts on her.
The demands, the transactional nature of it all.
To kill the very part of her that was trying to meet those demands.
Precisely. The pistol is necessary to kill the self you thought you were, to kill the Motomami that was only focused on speed. And visually, we get that perfect metaphor. the roller coaster.
Right. That giant rusted structure of vertigo, that's the system right now. The inflation spikes, the geopolitical loops, the nausea.
And everyone else in the carriage is screaming.
Kind
They're
of.
in terror
Or just adrenaline-fueled excitement. They think it's a ride.
But she doesn't. And what stands out is what she doesn't do. She doesn't scream. She doesn't even smile. She's just still.
She's dissociated from the inertia.
This is what we have to call digital stoicism. While the system spins and accelerates towards the cliff, she holds her center. It's apathy, or maybe non-reaction, turned into a force field.
And isn't that the real definition of sovereignty? Not trying to control the world, that's tyranny, and it always fails.
Always.
But ensuring the world does not control you.
Sovereignty is sitting in that carriage, watching the rails break apart beneath you, and continuing to sing your song without your voice trembling. She chose the name Omega because the system, it's run through its entire alphabet. Accelerationism hit a wall.
She touched at the bottom of the pool.
And realized that swimming down or faster was suicide. So she just let go of the handlebars. She's preparing for the darkness, which is where the real lamp is lit.
Okay, so this is where we have to take the deep dive, the Mariana Trench dive. Because to get the core message, we have to move past aesthetics.
Absolute.
The title is LUX. And if you're thinking of a spotlight or a light bulb, you are missing the entire signal. We have to leave Latin and go somewhere much older, much harder.
We have to go to ancient Aramaic.
Oh.
And we have to introduce the core theological concept that she's channeling. Whether she knows it or not, this is it. Butzina di Cardinuta.
Butzina di Cardinuta?
Right.
It sounds like a phonetic trap. It sounds like decadent luxury or something from an Italian opera.
And that's the beautiful contradiction. That's the point. This concept from the deepest layers of the Zohar, it translates chillingly to the lamp of darkness.
The lamp of darkness.
Or, maybe even more precisely, the lamp of hardness. It's the ultimate oxymoron. It's designed to shatter your logic so that a deeper truth can get in.
But why? Why does light need to be hard? Or dark? Why isn't pure infinite light enough?
Because in serious theology, and you even see this in systems physics, infinite unrestricted light, what's called Ein Sof, is useless to us.
How so?
It's so absolute, it just blinds you. It disintegrates everything. It prevents any form from taking shape. For reality to even exist, for a human soul to take shape, that infinite light has to strike against something restrictive. It has to be darkened.
It has to be made hard, contained.
Measured. So if we translate that to a survival mechanism for right now, without darkness, light is not seen.
And the really painful part of that.
The critical component is, without collapse, the soul does not shine. The Butzina di Cardinuta is that cosmic hammer. It's the spark of solid darkness that measures the light, forces it into shape, and makes it useful for navigation.
So she's no longer looking for the external spotlights?
No. She's lighting the lamp that is born from what is fundamentally broken inside the system.
This feels deeply connected to historical collapse.
It is pure transversality.
Yeah.
We go right back to the Bronze Age collapse, 1177 BC.
Right.
When the palaces burned, what disappeared? The complex, centralized bureaucracy. The world entered a dark age. But it was precisely in that hard darkness, stripped of the old gods and the old rules, that true, resilient mysticism was born.
The human spirit had to reinvent itself from ashes.
We're there now. The system's lights are turning off, and LUX is not a plea for some comfortable, easy peace. It's revelation through trauma.
And if the album is revelation through trauma, then the actual sound engineering, the production, it has to reflect that trauma. This is where we have to treat it as vibrational medicine.
Yes. Because in the era of streaming, everything is high def. A 4K, endlessly polished, auto-tuned, filtered by AI.
When everything is perfect, nothing is human. Perfection has become totally irrelevant.
Which is why the riskiest, most brilliant move she made was collaborating with Ralphie.
The architect of the glitch.
The literal architect of the glitch. His music sounds broken. It sounds like a corrupted file. Like chaos is trying to tear the track apart. And that is the entire point.
So in a world run by algorithms that predict the next note just to keep you scrolling, the only real act of rebellion is the error.
The digital glitch is the new human scar. It's the deliberate insertion of an imperfection that proves blood is still pulsing behind the machine.
It's the proof of life.
It's the validation of the error in the matrix. It's the moment the human designer overrides algorithmic perfection.
But there's a deeper mechanism here. The true vibrational medicine, I think, is her use of silence, of negative space.
Yes, the technology of silence.
Mm.
Current pop music has a total horror vacuity, a fear of the void.
Every millisecond is filled with noise, saturated compression, ad-libs, those relentless trap hi-hats.
Noise is anesthesia. That's what it is. It's designed to hijack your dopamine system to prevent any moment of stillness. Because the second the noise stops, the mind starts to feel the underlying anxiety.
And you stop tapping your foot, you stop listening, you just scroll away.
So by removing the drums, by removing that manufactured urgency, she's forcing you, the listener, to be, not just to do.
It's torture for the anxious mind.
It's torture for the TikTok-addicted mind, but it is pure medicine for a sovereign spirit. Those silences, they aren't an absence of sound, they are spaces of confrontation.
The system needs constant noise to keep you from feeling the true speed of the fall.
And silence, on the other hand, is the ultimate expression of sovereignty.
She stopped making products for anxious consumers, and she started designing atmospheres for survivors.
So we have to bring this back to you, the person listening right now, that diffuse pressure you feel, that bone-deep fatigue that no amount of sleep can cure.
That feeling that no matter how fast you run, the ground is accelerating even faster beneath you.
That is not simple depression, that is labor.
Humanity is exiting the womb of history. And the amniotic fluid, the cheap consumption, the predictable comforts, the dopamine hits, it's all dried up. And now come the contractions, the necessary pain.
And this is it. This is the great bifurcation we all face at the wall.
There are only two options left.
Only two. You either push toward the unknown light, the one that's hard and cold,
Yeah.
or you stay inside and you die of asphyxiation in the warm, dying noise of the old world.
Option one, the path of the zombie Motomami.
Just keep accelerating, even when the engine is smoking. Surrender your biometrics for a little more comfort, a little more convenience.
Buy the next shiny object. Be the caterpillar that just refuses to stop eating the leaves, ignoring that winter is here and the food is now poison.
And then there's option two, the LUX path.
Turn off the engine. In the middle of the highway. Except that the lamp of darkness, that Butzina de Cardinuta, is the only guide that works when the old streetlights flicker out.
Be the butterfly.
But we have to internalize the biological truth of that. For the caterpillar to become the butterfly, it must first completely dissolve.
It has to enter the chrysalis and die as a crawling individual. It turns into molecular plasma. Rosalía killed her public persona, the Motomami, to save her essential self from the system's collapse.
The canary has stopped singing, it has looked at the crack in the wall, and it has seen the light of a new era.
So the challenge for you is absolute. Are you going to wait for the gas to kill you while you're scrolling on TikTok, trying to maintain the illusion of speed and comfort?
Or will you activate your own internal lamp and dare to breathe the cold, hard, pure air of a new, silent existence?
The map has changed. The exit is not on the screen, it is inside. Welcome to the dark light.